everybody, welcome back to the channel. In this video I am going to show you what's inside a 2014 Chevrolet Spark LS radio. As you saw in my other video, I replaced a radio in my car. So I was curious of what was in this. I did take it apart last night, and it's actually really cool. And if you don't decide to put the MyLink system in there, and let's say this front part here, the display is bad, you could actually get another display and replace it with no problem. So to start off here, what you want to do is you want to take this screw out right here on both sides. I'll show you the computer inside this radio. That's why I'm making this video, because cars have computers in them now. And they have for a while before anybody says anything like that. Right. So we take this off. Screws are out, and then what you want to do is remove these tabs. And there's tabs on this side too that you want to remove. And there we go. The panel comes off. So right here, these are the connections that go right here to the radio. This is how the display gets its power, its input functions, and all that. Now, one thing I found interesting about this is you see this hole right here? This car's radio, this just gave it away, was originally designed with a CD player in mind. But they decided to delete that option because everybody was going to MP3 players, MP4 players, iPods, and stuff like that back then. So this is what the display looks like. Now, if you're going to leave this kind of radio in your car, in that particular model car that you have, you can actually buy a used radio with a good faceplate and transfer it over no problem, because this isn't a computer. This is just a display and buttons. Now in here, this is where things get very interesting. So there's 4 screws for this. Now, if you're thinking, hey, I could put the MyLink screen on there and you'll have MyLink without having to reprogram the radio, in this case, that won't work because the MyLink system has different hardware in there. So I'm taking the box apart, and I'll show you what's inside here. You're going to be surprised how very little is in this box. Alright, so turn it up, pull the cover off. This is the computer. Alright, so you have the connection for the screen. Be careful of those because those are very fragile. Okay, this box right here is the antenna for your OnStar system and the radio antenna that handles both. These are all your capacitors right here. This is the only board that is in this box. Now, you see this right here, this extra connection. If you turn the box around this way, you have this vent here. This is a heatsink, by the way. This is a huge heatsink. You see this hole right here? What you could do is you can go buy a fan, plug it in here, mount it right here, and you can have an extra fan to cool the system down. So if I turn it to the back here, this radio only has 2 connections because it's a baseline model car that this came out of. You have your power. Now, in this case, when you plug the MyLink system in, you have to turn the connection upside down so that way it goes in. This is the antenna. It's the same thing. So this is what a 2014 Spark LS radio looks like. This is it. There's nothing to this. It's actually really, really cool. I like it. So anyway, so you clean it out, and this is how you put it back on. You put it back on just like this. Oh. And once again, I put it back on upside down. There we go, just like that. Now what we do is we put the screws in. Now, when you put the screws back in, you want to put one just like this. You don't want to do all of one side. You want to turn it around, and you want to do the bottom one here. Now the reason that is so that way it holds it level and it holds it in place for you. All right, so there we go. Turn it back around. Put the screw in. Turn it back around again. There we go. We turn it up. Get the radio. Get the faceplate. Make sure you're lined up before you push down, otherwise you can damage the There we go. Goes on just like that. There we go. There we go. So, for example, for the sake of this video, you just repaired your radio for next to nothing. And it'll look like this again. So, anyway, with that said, that is it for this video. Please comment, like, subscribe, and click that bell for more notifications.